else but you.
Hey everyone, so today I'm just gonna go right into it. I'll be sewing up a bulk order of corsets for one of my clients, and I just wanted to just show a time lapse of the whole ordeal, or the whole process. During this process, I will tell you, I don't know why I told my client I'll be done in a week. This took time. You don't think something takes so much time until you start getting into the details. So I'll definitely say this took me about a week, 2 weeks, because of course I have other things that I do within my life and other jobs that I do, so I just really couldn't get it all done in the time frame that I wanted, but I got it done. So I just like to say, one, I do not like doing scissors. I did this in layers for the fabric, 3 layers. And the fabric is thick, so I did go in with my mechanical scissors, which is way better because I feel like I was getting arthritis from using manual. Okay, we're already in the AI generation, so I'm gonna need them to come with it for the tools of sewing and fashion. So I did have to just do 3 sizes, small, medium, large. I'm doing 3 small, 2 medium, 1 large. And I did 2 samples just so I can see what I need to do before I start, working with the actual pieces and it looks all crazy or whatnot. So this part, I'm just pressing the pattern onto the fabric, and I did use my adhesive spray. Which one I would say, for the future, once you do use that adhesive on the fabric, wash that piece of fabric off. Since it's not all the fabrics, just wash that one piece that had the adhesive, because it does kind of stick if you spray too much like I did. So for this part that I'm cutting, I did have to do that for the, the trims or the bias. And I did just a lot. I think I did 2 for top and bottom each, so 12 total. And then I went into cutting more of the patterns. I would say with this, it was really easier just to do them all together, like do the steps for all of them all together, if that makes sense. You'll see it once you see the rest of the video what I mean by that. But cutting the fabric out did take quite a bit of time, just because it is a lot of patterns and it is a lot of fabric as well. But once I got that done, I started to work into the next step, which was just placing all the patterns together and going into, child, I'm lying, I cleaned up first. That's one thing I would say, when you're sewing, please clean up before you start with anything else, because if you lose pieces or use the wrong pieces, you're gonna scream and want to give up. But don't give up. If you do, just keep going. On this part, I kind of just lay out all my small pieces for each corset, just so I know while I'm sewing what part comes next. And this is what I'm talking about when I said when you start sewing, sew all the same pieces at the same time, meaning sew all the left pieces for small, medium, large, then the next pattern piece for that, small, medium, large, and so on and so on. Just so time doesn't just go by and so slow or anything. I do turn on Netflix and I go to a show that has the most episodes. It might sound crazy, but yeah, it kind of just helped me stay focused while I'm sewing and not get so bored, because sometimes music can get like overwhelming. You be like, all right, I done heard this song about 1,000 times. But here's where I'm talking about where I'm going in on each piece. So I will just name them 4, 3, 2, 1. For all the 4s, I did those first, which is like the center back of the corset. I do that for the small, medium, large, and then I just work my way up all the way to the center front. So I just keep adding each piece, sewing it on for each size. And this part does take a minute, so I think I want to switch up the conversation, because I'm just really going into the instructions of the process of this. But let me tell you, I received this order a long time ago, but I did tell her give me 3 to 4 months. I could have started this a long time ago. But when you're starting on a new project, sometimes you got gremlins on your side telling you, what if it doesn't come out right? This is a corset style that you never did. What if it goes wrong? What if you get the wrong fabric? You know, all the doubt, all the fear, all the worry just on your shoulders. So I didn't really start until it got close to that end time, like close to the deadline. And I kind of just pushed myself out there. Tell me why I did that and ended up coming out amazing for the simple piece. And I was so upset with myself because I'm like, dang, why I didn't start this soon? I could have been done. She could have got this a long time ago. Like, she could have got this way before the actual due date. And I know she'll be so happy. But doubt and fear is really the only thing keeping us back, you know? And so I just want to say from that story is, whatever you're feeling, still go for it with all the fear. Go for it, because you don't know. It might turn out better. It will turn out better, and you'll be so happy that you did it, and you will succeed every step from that. So right here, I'm just cutting more pieces. Y'all, I thought I was going to use these pieces for the strings, you know, to lace up the corset, but it was a no. It was a no-go. They did not work. So I just went ahead and went back in with the trims, pressing those down so when I add the bias to the top and bottom of the corset, that I don't have to worry about this part. So this did take quite a bit of time. And like I said, I did have 12 pieces. And once I did that, I think I moved on to her, her name tag labels, or, you know, the tags for this out of the outfit. I did cut it to make it a little bit smaller, so I had to add the fray adhesive to it, let that dry, and then I went back into sewing the rest of the corset pieces together. And you can tell that this is a time lapse, because look how fast the sewing machine is going, and look how fast the TV show is going. Like, they are going 200 miles per hour. I don't even know if that's what it really is, but you know what I'm saying. Oh, y'all, I'm talking a lot, but time was going by so fast. It went from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. within a blink of an eye. But, you know, I kept going. But I would say, if you feel like you're getting tired, do not keep going. Please, 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 please either take a break, go eat something, or go to sleep. Y'all, I got close, like I tell you, you think you're going to be finished, but like the small details have it taking forever. I was getting closer to the trim, which you're going to see later, but I'm just telling the story. But I got closer to doing the bias tape, and it was about to have me mess up the whole corset. I was like, let me go to bed. And that's why it looks like it's daytime right here, because I didn't touch this corset again until the next day. And for that, I felt actually happy that I did that way, because I had energy was able to focus on putting my best foot forward with these corsets. So for this part, you know, I'm just sewing it burrito style, just so I can get the lining together with the rest of the corset. But I kind of just want to tell a story to pass by time, because it is just sewing in repetition at this point. But y'all, I am so confused why people will spend $125 at Urban Outfitters for a shirt, but when they get a custom piece, they be thinking, oh, $200 is too much. Like, if they were to see a full video of the full process, from finding the fabric, finding all the other materials, sketching the design, cutting out the pattern, making the pattern, cutting the fabric, getting the pieces together, then sewing the pieces, doing a sample piece, doing a wash test, testing the pattern out, and then actually sewing the product, I shouldn't even be charging $300. I should be charging $2,000. You know, but I will say, as you grow, your clients grow. Not saying that you'll be in the same tax bracket, because people who see your skills and see your value, you attract them. And people who see they can't afford you, they kind of move back and say, I'll support her from reposting or liking her stuff, but I at the moment can't support her by actually buying. So I will say just keep showing your skill and showing that you are worth that amount, because it will come. Okay, but for this section, I'm just making the lace up strings for the back. Some people love ribbon, but for me, I love using elastic or a spandex fabric, just because it doesn't have an opening at the front of the corset. That stretch from the lace up strings kind of makes it easier to go over the head, or pull up to the body without any problems. And yeah, I had to buy this because the other one was not working. But we're now moving into adding the eyelets. This part, y'all know, is adding the eyelets. I don't even know what you call it. I call it a hole puncher. My hole puncher was weak, y'all. It was weak. So I had to not only hole punch it before adding the actual eyelets, I had to cut out the little holes from the hole puncher, and then I had to add the eyelets. But it all worked out good. I started to add in the string, and y'all, it's looking so freaking gorgeous. Like, I be really shocking myself. It looking really, I manufactured this, but really my hands are the manufacturer, okay? Not for long though, because I'm gonna have my own company, manufacturing company, because I can't do this forever. I'm supposed to have a business, not the labor. But I did that process, and I was just so satisfied because I was close to the end. Once I added the last pieces of the string to these corsets, I'll be done. And I just want to show y'all the end result. I just look at these. And it's going to be a few more clips. But I really hope that you enjoy. This is the end of the corset. If you'd like for me to break it down a little bit more, just let me know. But stay tuned for more videos.